Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Kind Heart Homestead channel. We're in the process of moving off-grid, and one of the steps is to complete this driveway that brings us up to our home site for our future off-grid builds. So if you haven't been watching the series, go back a couple episodes, see the progress I've made so far. But in this episode, I'm trying to wrap up the gravel and the grading to finish up this driveway. Stay tuned.
Starting to catch up on work after the rainstorm. I essentially took 24 hours off from my projects, trying to keep the Bobcat out of the wet mud. Anyway, so I've been pretty isolated to the top of the hill because that seems to have dried the fastest. And I don't have any more gravel to spread because the company I was using requires a couple of business days notice before they'll deliver anything. And since it's the weekend, they're not even open. I was able to find a guy just around the corner from our property, and he sells the same stone, number 57 crushed stone, for $10 cheaper per ton. His truck is half the size of the big quarry trucks that I was using, but he seems happy to continue to deliver me truckloads, so I'm gonna get a couple truckloads today, and then I'll see where I'm at with the driveway. All right, much less windy morning this time. Although I already have the fabric down, so it doesn't really make a difference. However, there was this transition here where it switches from the excavated driveway that I've put fabric in and stone in to the grass. And those are probably at the most 6 to 8 inches difference. So what I'd like to do here is pull back the excess fabric and do a bit of a excavation job that's just feathering to even out that transition so that when trucks come up here, there's not a big bump. All right, I have this transition pretty smooth, but it looks like I need another truckload of stone. So we'll see if I can get that in when I still have this machine. If I don't, it's possible that the truck might be able to do a tailgate dump backing up to that area. It doesn't really have to be pretty because I don't really have it carved into the hillside like I do with the rest of the driveway. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. This is the most I can do without stone. So the next thing I want to do since I'm up here is see if I can calculate the slope, like the percent grade. And I have my rotary laser. The ruler that came with the laser only goes about maybe 10 or 12 feet. So I won't be able to measure end to end, but I can potentially measure the height that I can and then measure the hypotenuse. And then that would just be a sample size of the driveway and I can estimate it that way. So if my geometry is correct, when I measured down the driveway with my measuring wheel, that was the hypotenuse of a triangle. Basically, I would have a flat distance with the laser, that would be leg A, and then the height of that from the driveway would be leg B. And I calculated the run to be 65.7 feet, and I used a triangle calculator to figure that out. But then rise over run is supposed to be the slope. So the slope is 0.096. I used an online calculator to convert that to degrees. So the grade of our driveway is 5.5 degrees. And that was only over a 66-foot sample size. And that's about half. I think it's about half. I haven't measured the full driveway yet. So I'd say that's a pretty accurate representation of the driveway. Let me know if you think that's too steep for trucks. I don't really have much experience with trucks. The heaviest equipment I've operated, obviously, is this Bobcat. And I did drive a big U-Haul up here, but I'm pretty sure getting up the mountain is even steeper than this driveway. So to get my shipping container delivered, I hope that if the truck can make it up the mountain, I hope that they can make it up this driveway as well.